This is your hour, Judas. The hour of shadows. Oh, Master. You betray your master with a kiss.
That is the man. Arrest him.
You go that way. Try not to wake them. Judas! What's happening? You traitor! No! You betrayed him!
What's going on here? Peter, listen to me. The only way the master can save himself is by speaking to the Sanhedrin. Leave him alone! Let him go! Kill him! Oh. Jesus! Jesus! No, Peter!
Get away, you scum!
Arrest them all!
Peter! It was me you sought. You have found me. Let them go.
Take him away!
Take him away! Take him away! Take him to the Sanhedrin! Do something! Preacher, do something! Lion! Jesus! No! No! We must be saved for him! Brothers, let us save ourselves!
Where did they take him? Where have they taken him?
He's the one who brought the soldiers.
Zara.
Speak to Zara. I must speak to Zara. Is he in here? Did they bring him here?
Who?
Jesus!
Master Zara, please. I don't understand this man.
Zara. Zara. Now, where is this meeting with Caiaphas? I must be there with Jesus.
Meeting? There's no meeting.
Huh?
There's a trial. Your Jesus is accused of blasphemy. You've been an invaluable help to us, Judas. Come and see me when all this is over. Oh.
Got what you're wanting. So get out of here.
Come on, get out of here. Move yourself.
I've never understood how that liar could have fooled so many people. You were one of those who believed.
I admit I believed in him, but we all believed in him.
And now you discover the truth.
He said a lot of things that I liked very much.
What?
And he did some good things.
Oh, good things? They were tricks of the devil.
All right. We know that he was a liar and a blasphemer and he betrayed us. And now he will pay.
I'm sorry I had to wake you up this hour. I think you arrested the Nazaret. They did? Yes.
Master Nicodemus.
Caiaphas said he should be bound like a common thief. It's most unseemly, sir.
Jesus, it is not our intention to treat you as a criminal. But we want you to explain to this assembly the nature of your teachings. What is this doctrine you and your disciples are spreading through Judea?
I have spoken openly for all the world to hear. I have taught in the synagogues and in the temple. I have said nothing in secret. So, why do you ask me? Ask those who heard me. They are my witnesses.
Caiaphas, I've heard him preach. I find nothing in his doctrine which denies the basic principles of our faith.
Rabbi, we fail to understand the meaning of many of your sayings.
For instance, there are witnesses who say that you claim that you could destroy the temple and rebuild it in 3 days.
No one could rebuild the temple in 3 days. What he said must have some symbolic meaning. Come.
I'm sure I heard him say he could rebuild it again in 2 days.
3 days, 4 days, you hear? Witnesses can't even agree.
How can we remember every detail? There was a riot which Jesus himself provoked, but for which the Romans will hold us responsible.
The riot was provoked by Barabbas.
The Romans don't need an excuse. We know what they have done to our people. All of us here can remember the occasion not so many years back when over 1,000 of our people were nailed to the walls of Jerusalem because there were not enough scaffolds to satisfy the Romans' lust for blood. None of us, I'm sure, wants to give any more victims to Pontius Pilate than we can prevent.
Of course not, Joseph. We're all agreed upon that. As Caiaphas has said, this is not a trial. We left our homes. We came here tonight hoping that Jesus of Nazareth would explain to us the purpose of his mission and help to heal the divisions in our community.
Brother, we have often heard that you've come to bring love and brotherhood. I beg you, bring peace to our gathering tonight.
Tell me. It has been said that you proclaimed yourself the Son of God. I ask you now, in the name of the Eternal, are you the Messiah, the Son of God?
I am.
What's written now?
And you shall see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power of God.
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one.
We have heard enough. Let him be taken before the procurator Pontius Pilate, in whose hands lies the final authority for trial and judgment.
they're sending him to Pontius Pilate.
We know how that'll end up, don't we? Wait a minute. I know you. You were with that Jesus. You're one of his followers.
No, I don't know him.
But he is. Look!
And I know him. He is one of his followers.
I've seen him.
He's
a liar! Arrest him! I tell you, I don't know him!
What's going on here? He's a friend of Jesus, a disciple. Don't let him go.
Oh, please. Mistaken. I neither know this Jesus they speak of, nor have I ever heard of him.
Go. Just keep quiet here. Don't you know you're on sacred ground? Welcome! I leave for 1 week and I come back and I find the mob clamoring in the street, and you dare to say to me, welcome! Who's this Barabbas they've been shouting about?
He's a zealot we arrested. His followers have disturbed the crowd.
I don't think their noise will disturb my judgment. Look, you take 100 men and you clear the street. I'm tired.
With respect, Procurator.
Please, I'm so tired.
Jerusalem is full of people. There are many hotheads among them.
Yes, and they'll cool when they see the example we make of their Barabbas.
Pontius Pilate, I'm afraid there's another case for which I must trouble you.
Another one?
Yes, it was submitted to us by the Sanhedrin itself. It concerns a certain Galilean preacher.
Quintilius, I am not interested in their preachers or their prophets. You know that.
Yes, of course, I know. The Sanhedrin, whose cooperation has been very useful to us, they consider it extremely important. Even urgent.
Urgent? Urgent to whom?
I'm sorry. Maybe next week. But first, we'll deal with Barabbas.
Pilate, there's a delegation from the Sanhedrin waiting outside. It is led by Zera himself. They have this preacher, this Jesus of Nazareth with them. They want you to judge him.
Judge him? Zera himself? That must be important. No. I don't want to get involved in their religious quarrels.
This is the monthly report of the province. I think it's wise not to offend them unnecessarily. I think you should see them.
Well, they haven't been brought in. Don't stand there. Bring them in.
Pilate, I regret. I'm afraid we must go out to them.
We must go to them?
Yes, according to their beliefs, well, they cannot come into a house of a Roman, not on Passover. They would be defiled.
Defiled. I forgot about that. All right. We'll go to them. Bring them to the Great Hall. How does one govern such people?
Procurator, we have found that this man, Jesus of Nazareth, distorts our people's views on the relationship between God and the state. Furthermore, he perverts the very heart of our religion.
I'm not concerned with people who break your religious laws. My function as governor here is to keep the peace and administer Roman justice.
We know that, Procurator. But this man also threatens the established order. If he were not a criminal, we would not have brought him to you.
He calls himself the Christ, which means the Anointed One.
Thank you. I too know some Greek. Well, what else has he done? Has he spoken against the emperor? Has he spoken against Rome?
Well, Procurator, not directly, no, but...
Not directly? Then he's your problem. You'll have to judge him according to your law.
Procurator, for us, this man Jesus is a blasphemer. If we were a self-governing nation, we would have the right to exact punishment, which under the law of Moses is laid down for blasphemy.
He made a triumphal entry into Jerusalem, calling himself the King of the Jews.
A claim which we totally reject.
King of the Jews?
Well, whatever else he may have done, such a claim is treason.
True, too. All right, all right. I'll talk to him. You're Jesus.
Not ours.
Then whose? Whose? Bring him in! Is this the man you think so dangerous? This? The man that aspires to be a king? Come. Come, come, come. Now, the leaders of the Sanhedrin accuse you of preaching perverted doctrines. Come. They also say you call yourself the King of the Jews. Well, are you King of the Jews?
If my kingdom were of this world, my followers would have fought to prevent me from being captured.
Oh, you speak of a kingdom. Therefore, you must be a king. Are you a king?
I am. I was born for one purpose. To bear witness to the truth. All who can accept the truth hear my voice.
And what is the truth? No, this man's no criminal. He's a dreamer. Take him away, take him away. Have him flogged as a token of Roman justice. That should wake him up.
Right, sir.
Procurator, we, the leaders of the Sanhedrin, have always had the same aim as you, the peaceful administration of our country for the good of our people. And for many years now...
Please. Don't talk to me about the people. As long as they obey, you care as much about your children of Israel as we do the mob in Rome. How's that, Let us speak directly. Why does the Sanhedrin consider this man so dangerous that they send you yourself here to make sure that he's condemned?
Perhaps for the same reasons as you, Procurator, if you knew him as well as we do, would also find him dangerous.
That's enough. Put his clothes back on.
I saw when he entered Jerusalem as a king. Look at him now.
So he's a king. The king of the Jews. Man, we ought to dress him like a king.
Hey!
Give me your cloak.
Don't use mine. Use one of those.
Oh, wait a minute. There's some over here. Here it is. Come on. Here we are. Turn around. Look at him.
Hey, wait a minute. If he's a king, he needs a crown.
Hail, Majesty. High and mighty Majesty.
Oh, look at him.
I have it! A king's crown!
Look what he's got. He's got his crown.
He needs a scepter. Majesty!
A perfect fit, your
Where's
majesty.
your throne, eh? Now he's the king. Tiberius will be getting worried.
Ecce homo. Behold the man. Well, what have you got to say for yourself now? Speak!
Don't you want to defend yourself? Do you want to die? Don't you realize I have the power to release you or have you crucified?
You would have no power over me if it had not been given you from above.
Quintilius, isn't there an ancient custom honoring Passover where the procurator can release a prisoner sentenced to death as an act of mercy?
Yes, that custom still exists.
And we have two prisoners?
Barabbas?
And Jesus. So let the people decide. I've made my decision. The people will decide.
Take him away.
Right, take this one away. Get down to the prison now and bring Barabbas.
Barabbas, remember? Barabbas. Good. Here. Listen to me. Listen. You two, listen. When I give you the cue, you shout for Barabbas.
Barabbas is depending on you. Barabbas has fought for you. Don't betray him. Shout for Barabbas.
No, we must save Jesus. He's a righteous man.
When did they arrest him? Late last night. In the Garden of Gethsemane. Gethsemane? That's near where I live.
We must be prepared. Barabbas must be free at all cost. Now look, we put our men all over. Do you understand? And to give it a second.
They could understand what he wanted when he left the temple.
As a sign of his magnanimity and his benevolence, our divine emperor has decided that the custom of releasing one prisoner sentenced to death in honor of your Passover shall continue. We have two prisoners. One, Jesus of Nazareth, accused of treason by proclaiming himself King of the Jews.
Anyone shouting for that false prophet had better watch out.
Look at him, the King of the Jews. What's happened to him?
Call yourself a king?
Or Barabbas, accused of sedition and murdering a Roman auxiliary.
That's the man they call the Son of God.
of the two shall be released to you. Jesus of Nazareth.
We cannot let this happen. We must do
Guilty of proclaiming himself King of the Jews. Or Barabbas.
Release Jesus! He is the true prophet! Jesus is the man sent from God! Free Barabbas! False prophet! He betrayed us! Kill the Nazarene! Jesus! He's in the Jesus! We want Barabbas! Free Barabbas! Barabbas! Free Barabbas! Jesus! Jesus! Barabbas!
Shut up, you slut!
Free him! Save the Nazarene! He's the true prophet!
We can't let him go. We can't let Barabbas get away.
Yes.
Soldiers won't like that.
Pilate, you're not going to free Barabbas. An assassin, an enemy of Rome.
I wonder who is the real enemy?
Jesus of Nazareth must be saved!
Then let it be written that Jesus of Nazareth is guilty of treason by proclaiming himself King of the Jews and is sentenced to be crucified.
Hey, Mark, where's the last prisoner? Come on.
Here's your man. Come on. Ah, the King of the Jews.
Hurry up, this crowd worries me.
Here, take him.
Make room! Make room! Get out of the way! Here he comes, you see? He's a false prophet. That's the justice of the Roman Empire. Save yourself, Jesus! Get out of the way! Use your spears! You betrayed us! You betrayed us! We believed in you and you betrayed us!
Father, forgive them. They know not what they do.
Hey, who are you?
She is his mother.
How can you prove it?
Hey. She is his mother. Go, Jane. And who are you?
Please. I'm one of the family.
Is that right?
Yes. He is one of the family.
The Romans won't let you get close. I've got to see them.
into thy